All right, I think you guys can both relate to this. You ever have a friend who's maybe gone through a bad breakup, and then it's Friday night when the boys are going out, and he turns to me and says, "Take my phone." Once you see him, 11, you were at the bar, had 2 or 3 drinks. Take my phone so I don't call that girl.
Yeah.
And just start crying and try to get over that.
Yeah.
That is me in draft 49. I need you guys to step in. Next year, when I'm like,
Dude,
I don't know.
I think we had this problem at the beginning of this year's draft.
You didn't do enough. I'll tell you that right now, because here we are. If you'd done your job, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But I was like, hey, George Kittle, looks good again. I was crying when I'm sitting I'm hanging out with my kid. All of a sudden, I see this alert on my phone. George Kittle goes questionable to out. Now, he already had a touchdown. Like, George put in work. He already did.
He put in work that day.
But he's still awesome. I love George Kittle. I love watching him play. Like, that's why I do it. That's why I draft him at the time. But now, and then today was like, I missed a couple weeks. Oh, come on, dude. I can't. Like, you guys need.
No, what you need is a feature in your draft software to say, do not let me draft this. You put all those people in that list.
Yeah,
and it's like, be like, why can't I hit the draft button? It doesn't work.
All right, who should I put on the list? Dalvin Cook. I know he's not the list.
Yeah.
You still put him in.
Dalvin Cook, Antonio Brown, George Kittle, CMC. Might as well toss in like anybody that's ever played for the Niners. Yeah, or maybe a note that says draft smart. Don't mess with Ty, because that's what you also try to do. Is you try to mess with me.
Oh yeah.
Because this, I wish I recorded it. Yes, and that's what's funny is I'm happy that we mentioned Gary, because he called me in a full panic because he was like, why the hell is Tyler Bass out? And I was like, dude, he's been injured. They had their second string running back kicking field goals in preseason. He was like, I don't watch the preseason. How was I supposed to know?
Right.
Like, it says it on there that he was hurt and questionable, and you took him in like the 7th round. But I wish I recorded that with me, because you drafted Kittle. I only remember saying, dude, he gets banged up. And you're like, I don't care. That's my guy.
Yeah.
And then right before we get to Drake May in the 5th round, you're like joking with me, and you're like, Ty, I'm gonna take your boy. And you hit draft, and it goes through, and I'm like, dude,
What are you doing?
Thank you. Well, it could be worse. You could have Xavier Worthy on 75% of your teams like I did. And I've now dropped him on every league, because even if he comes back, the chance for a re-injury is so high that I'm like, I'm not playing that game.
Are we buying a conspiracy theory?
What's the conspiracy theory?
Taylor Swift went on the Kelsey pod. Yeah, it's about Xavier Worthy, about how much she liked him, how excited she was at the draft. And Trap.
he lowered it.
Shut up. He was
I'm not buying into it. You watch that highlight, he could have avoided him.
Oh, come on.
He could even give him a little.
All right. Obviously, we're excited. Football's back. We have a lot to talk about. That's Tyler Besman. My right is Matt Burgess. Also, obviously, bench. This is great. So I love the illustration, we call it the
animation
graphics.
Yeah.
On YouTube, you get a chance, check it out. It's pretty cool. Is it too long? It feels too long. Or are we just awkward about it right
I think we're just awkward about it. We just don't really know what to do with ourselves.
Anyone else?
It's kind of being like,
talking about it in the bathroom, like, dude, you know that song?
I feel like it's kind of like when you're like in an awkward situation where there's like a really hot girl and you don't really know what to do with yourself, so you just take your phone out and look at the weather app. Like, you just don't really know what to do, and that music turns on. It's just like, what am I gonna do? Just stare into his eyes the whole time?
Right.
That's what you did.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did. I was like,
following my next, I was like, this is really weird.
So like when I watch a movie, I'm like, oh, that worked. When we were in here, I'm like, this feels.
Oh yeah, no, and that's, on YouTube, it like looks great. I think on the audio, like it's great length, but here, yeah, no,
it just feels good. We gotta use it. All right, so normally we are. If you are thinking to yourself, I listen to this pod religiously, and they already backed out of what they promised they were going to do. We are normally going to start this show with a wellness check with Matt about his hometown Indianapolis Colts. But the boys in blue came out and did something no one expected.
And they were insane.
Now we have to really take it. And I have some questions right out of the gate that I'm asking on it. Some rapid fire stuff here. Who's a better tight end? Okay. Is it Tyler Warren or Dallas Clark?
Ooh, good one. Dallas Clark.
I'm assuming Dallas Clark was
well, because I'm not going to enter a first jinx. I'm not jinxing the Warren.
I know this for a fact. In Tyler Warren's worst NFL game, he had 7 catches for 76 yards. That is his worst NFL game ever. Right now, he's averaging 7 catches for 76 yards. This guy
he's a freak.
Is a freak. I don't know. Maybe. Who's the better tight end? Who or Johnny Gonzalez?
Tyler Warren all day, especially with the hair.
Right. Better tight end, him or Gronkowski?
Oh, Gronk all day. No, don't you start.
Don't blaspheme.
I don't want to sit. I want to get to it. I can't do it. I just can't do it. 33-8.
Scored on every possession. First time since.
I didn't even know. I didn't know that. I watched no part of that.
I was at the airport watching the game cast on my phone, which is the little football that moves microscopically across.
We've all done it. We've all been there where we have to do it. 33-8. I watched no part of it yet. I would like to spend 20 minutes of this because I've seen you go through it again. I've seen you go through this. What's your level of excitement right now?
I'm a lot more excited than I was. I really did think they were going to lose that game, but Miami is not a good football team, and they are not in a good headspace. Tyreek Hill's throwing tantrums on the sidelines less than a full game into the season. So I'm thinking they've got issues, but I have to give a lot of credit. Tyler Warren looked legit. I've watched the 11-minute highlight reel on YouTube. He looked natural. He looked like he's played NFL football before. He did not look like a rookie. What I didn't love is that Daniel Jones had 2 rushing touchdowns.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I did like that Pittman got a touchdown because I feel like he's kind of, a 1A, and I really want him to be a 1. I love Jonathan Taylor, looked really good, and he was making guys miss.
He was catching footballs.
Guys catching footballs, too.
Yeah.
Highlights.
Well, I don't know how many rushes he really had. So
17 or something. It wasn't crazy numbers for him, but again, winning 33-8, he's doing his job.
Exactly.
You're not mad about it.
But Josh Downs had a couple catches. Everybody was getting involved, and I like that. Jones, Jones looked good in the pocket. He looked like he was calm, collected. Then again, the rush wasn't there.
We're going to spend some time on it. Okay? No one's ever talking about football. Here we go. We're going to talk about it. But Daniel Jones, Ty, I thought I was going to have to wait longer. You think they should extend Daniel Jones? Please extend Daniel Jones.
Listen, if he does it again against Denver, you extend that.
Is that the next game?
That's the next game. And it's at home.
Cam Moore kind of, right against Denver small.
Cam Moore, we won't get into Cam Moore because I am very excited about
We're going to wait
his debut. We'll wait on him. We're still focused on the Colts.
I know, but I'm just saying that maybe that Denver team isn't as legit. Maybe the Colts are.
Bo Nix is overrated. All I'm going to say. Well, so my question from that game was are the Colts? No, it's not Bo Nix. He's washed, overrated, all of it, everything.
But he second year quarterback. He washed. I think washed means washed
because he's 29 years old. He's washed. But anyways, but my question from that Indy game was: is Indy good / legit, or is Miami just god awful?
Well, I don't know, Tyler. Are you an optimistic person who wants to?
I want to be optimistic. I want to be optimistic, but I also know that my friend is extremely realistic when it comes to everything sports. So I know that he will give an answer that is a legit answer.
Well, the defense stepped up. They had a good rush. I think they had a handful of sacks. Those interceptions were 2. It's not the Colts defense.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw them. One was just a horrendous overthrow of Tyreek Hill, not even remotely close to him. The Cam Bynum just kind of center fielded. And then the other, I don't know why he couldn't see the, I can never pronounce the name, the Latu.
Yeah.
He was dropped into coverage as a defensive end. I don't know how you, and it wasn't at the line. It was a good 10 yard Eve. So good hands for him. And so that was just a bad throw again. And then the strip sack. That's awesome. I love a good strip sack.
But I think like with that, you guys capitalized on it. I think you didn't mess
That
up
was
the
also what he
interception. So
did.
I will say the positive side of it is like you guys capitalized on it. I think
amazing.
what?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I haven't watched a ton of Colts football, but I feel like in the Colts of the past in the last few years, they might not have caught that interception, or they might not have gotten the strip sack. So they capitalized on what was given to them, which is legit. I'm saying
it's going to be interesting to see what we get. Patriots. I agree with you, though. You got to take advantage.
Yeah.
So they do make those mistakes, but do you take advantage? Bad teams don't. So we'll see what the Colts are. Bad teams don't. I do think it's amazing how fast, and I am guilty of this with my fantasy football team. Everyone, I think a lot of people are guilty of their fantasy football team. But it's amazing to me how fast people flip the switch from just being super optimistic going into the season. And again, I'm not saying you're this bad, Matt, going into the season. And then even after a win, be like, man, I don't know. I don't know. You know, like it's Miami's got an explosive offense. You know, they have some playmakers offense. As a matter of fact, we heard all offseason about how Miami was washed and just done, and they were falling apart. And that ended up being true. But a week before that game, it started coming out that people are overlooking this Miami team. People are like, they don't understand how good this Miami team is. By the way, the Miami team still has a lot of talent on there.
they were saying Waddle was like going to be a top 15 wide
They were
receiver.
saying the narrative flipped that week. I was like, oh, my guy's Colts are going to get just killed. 8 points, man. That's something. Daniel Jones had good games before.
Did you see the touchdown that they scored?
No.
Talk about missed tackles. That was classic Colts, like 3 missed tackles. Guy gets hit like twice, and he's just going forward. And A-Chain's a pretty good running back.
He is a good running back.
He ran angry on that. Yeah.
But I was like, come on. There was a missed tackle in the backfield. There were 2 missed tackles at the 5, and then another.
This is what I mean. This is what we're
Well, that's classic Colts team.
I mean, he's a top 10 running back.
And you can't stop the 2-point conversion.
I am. Come on, man. Get fired up. And also, Daniel Jones signed. You don't want that leading you though.
I would rather if he gets us to the playoffs, like, okay, that's fine. We have a year of track record of what he could be. But if they sign him halfway through the
year. Spoiler, not the
well, if we go to the playoffs, then we're not in a position to draft a quarterback. And we're going to be back in the same.
True.
So at that point, I'm like, at least we have a known commodity.
It's cheaper to extend them, probably.
But where will AR be developed?
AR will be part of the package that we put in a great package.
I am stunned. I'm just that took me off guard.
You might be in Detroit.
I did like. Oh. No, Jared. Okay, to back you up. Okay, I thought because Jared Goff was getting murdered by Micah Parsons.
No.
Who I want to get into that in a second. I will say this: you think it's funny, and I am going to send this every single week, man. You know I am. With our group fantasy chat, right away, I was like, "Oh, should they extend Daniel Jones?" And Matt, like a few seconds later, not funny. I'm like, let's do it. You got to be excited about Tyler Warren. I know, I do. 776. We'll see how it goes. That's a really strong start for a young tight end that had a position they just didn't have a guy for a while.
We haven't had one for a long. They love to do that's like previous basketball player 6'8" will throw jump basket.
What's that guy's name that just had it was like that? I can't remember his name. Yes. Not a bad player. He's like a 2 or 3 tight end.
Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah, he should be there.
They had that one year. Was it Ebron? Whoever that was. Like that's the last tight end that like stopped, and then he got an attitude and was like, "I'm like the best ever," and they're like, "Well, see you later." And then he dropped off the face of the planet.
An early draft. He was good at North Carolina.
He was good that one season.
Yes, and he didn't get drafted by the Colts or anything.
No, he was at Detroit.
Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna get into the date with Tyler because I everyone was this. I
had a haircut before you,
so I decided. Oh, thanks for waiting. I decided to listen to sports radio.
Oh God,
it is wild, man. It is a wild situation. I love sports radio. I hate the sports radio. 80 minutes about the sports radio numbers are down. Like they're just down across the board.
As they should be.
It doesn't matter how good you are. No, I don't think that's fair. It's really
Boston sports radio is so bad, dude.
it is what it is. If you don't like it, then I get it. But
They're just jerks.
I am listening to some of this stuff. They just throw this out there because let's be honest, you've done it. Just throwing some stuff out there to see if you can get some clicks or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But some of that stuff as well. We'll get that to the second. The Micah Parsons thing, super interesting. The trade, how much they gave up for him. I actually don't hate that trade from Dallas's perspective. And then I watched a little bit of that game and I was like, dear God, this guy is everything. He is that. He is really young. And I think he's 26.
Yeah, he's young.
He played 30 steps. Made an absolute and it's cool. The offensive for Detroit is like one of the best in the league and had his
Yeah, ran him over too.
had his hand with this guy. I mean, immediately makes him different. Everyone else then starts looking. The whole Green Bay. So see that doesn't have that like not ripped, he's like a little lean, but they're just for whatever reason they're just different how strong they are. It's crazy. God, easy Quadzilla.
But no, I think you're right. Like even with Micah, I feel like even the aura and the presence within Lambeau was insane. Like when he ran onto the field, everybody like
was so
was
cool.
on their feet, like erupted. And then
So cool.
even the story that he told in an interview about him not getting the number 11 from Jaden Reed, where he was like, "Yeah, I wanted number 11 because that was my number," and he even offered me a price that I could pay, but then the NFL wanted something in the millions, so I was like, screw it, what's left available? And they were like, how about number 1, like the chosen one? And he was like, yeah, let me get that. And so then it was right into a highlight reel of him just blowing up that offense. I don't know. I think just from the aura piece, it's so good for Green Bay.
2 firsts and an approval defensive lineman, Kenny Cook. By the way, Kenny Cook's a dude.
Yeah.
Kenny Cook's a guy. He's an inside guy, more of an inside guy. Really good player. As a matter of fact, the Lions they could probably take some of this back. But some of the Lions are talking about how Kenny Clark is going to be good for them. Oh, yeah, he's coming. And you don't have to be a genius. They didn't have to be a genius to do this, but obviously, Green Bay, the organization decided to announce the defense for before the game. And the energy.
Oh yeah.
Through the TV, like through the camera, this was people are fired up about this. So I don't know. It's pretty cool. There's a bunch of other stuff we'll get into. We'll jump into the Patriots now. I'm eager to hear what your take on this whole thing is. I will share some sports radio take I heard. I was listening to the Felger Matt and Birdie show. I don't know what that was. I think Felger. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
I like those guys. I do.
Come on.
No one does.
Dude.
No one does.
I did. That ship has sailed for me.
Dude, they suck.
I still like. I almost always disagree with them, but I like it, and I sometimes see what it is today. Like
I just think they're lazy.
You have to do radio.
That's fine.
Yeah, you can absolutely
Like their takes are lazy.
You can absolutely have your take. So what? Did you listen to that?
No.
Good. Now I can know what your takes are and see how it goes. I don't care in the extent.
I think my takes are outlandish sometimes, but they're not lazy. I'll be able to defend them and not be like as crazy. But my takeaway from the past game was honestly just completely Drake Maye screwing the whole entire game. And I just think he was sloppy. That's all I think it was. What?
Uh-oh.
Same take?
Similar.
Yeah. But that's where I feel like with Drake Maye, like the defense looked all right. I don't think they had much competition on the offensive side of the ball.
Biting on a double move on 3rd and 8 or 3rd. No,
we didn't have Gonzo.
I understand that. The guys who are on the field, you can't do that.
No, I know. But to me, like Geno looked really good. I think the Raiders. I think that offense
looks really good.
Yeah.
Geno Smith is a legit NFL quarterback. After the last 2 years, we can stop saying that Geno had a good game. No, Geno is a legitimate NFL quarterback who is really good.
Well, my only thing with Geno going to the Raiders is just after watching the whole Kirko going. I know that Kirk was injured and then went to Atlanta situation and then he was garbage. But that's where with me, I was like, how is he going to be? He doesn't have a DK Metcalf, but I forgot he has a Brock Bowers. And so I really like what I saw from the rate. Overall, Trey Tucker is kind of a dog.
Dude,
And Dante Thornton, who's on my bench in our league, picked him up.
Yeah, didn't play Devontae Williams the Dallas game either.
Yes. I don't think anybody did, to be honest. But no, how I feel from that game overall is like the Raiders look better than me, and I think other people thought they were going to look.
Right.
But I think overall, like I was kind of happy with the defense. Like I felt like it was a little bit of an upgrade from what we saw last year. And then from the offensive side of the ball, I just feel like there were a lot of times where I'm watching Drake Maye and he looked like Caleb Williams last year. He just wasn't letting go of the ball, running around like a madman. And then on the flip side, this isn't Drake's fault, but how the hell is Travion Henderson not getting the ball more when he had, I'm not going to say the number, but he had an equal amount of rushes to Mondre Stevenson and had drastically more rushing yards. And then he had, I think, like 5 catches for like 25 yards. Like, how are we not putting the most explosive players on the field at all times? And then the other piece too is Will Campbell. That dude was just in his mouth, just smashed in by Max Crosby. So I think it was like a game where you really saw the rookies like learn, and I'm happy they had that happen. But I think it's from Drake is kind of the guy that we have to look at where he needs to clean it up. It's his second year. That whole offense is depending on him. We had players like Stephon Diggs come to New England for him, so he needs to step it up at the end of the day. And I'm okay with saying that because he will step up. And I know that he, like, even in the press was like, no, that's all on me. Meanwhile, you had Mac Jones, who was like, I got to look at the film. So I'm happy with putting it on Drake.
I am not.
I know that you're not.
I meant to do this beforehand, and I'm trying to figure out how many games started last year.
Who?
Great man.
I think he
played 13.
Yep.
So I don't know how many. Okay. That's where it kind of goes what you're saying. He doesn't have a lot of starting experience. He's a younger quarterback. He didn't play well.
No. And he accepted that too in the press, which I'm very happy with.
They have to be better. They have to get better. And I'm like, it's well known I feel Will Campbell and whether or not he's going to be a great tackle. And I am like, no part of me is saying today, I told you so. It's one game. He didn't see Max Crosby all the time.
No, I know. It wasn't just Max.
He only saw him at key points, and there were some issues. He had one penalty that took him to red go for it.
I think he had 2 penalties that were really bad.
No, leg.
Oh, yeah, right.
It was jumps, but because he was timing the clock.
Yeah.
It was a delay game. The other one was a false start.
That was bad. That was bad.
And you can't do it. Can't have it. Like, you just can't do it.
He does look really cool, though, in the uniform, I will say. I like the face mask.
I hope he gets there. And he can.
Yeah.
But you're young and inexperienced at 2 key positions on offense, right?
Yeah.
You got Stephon Diggs coming back from the ACL. We'll see. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
Booty looked good yesterday.
Booty looks great, yeah.
He's
100 and some
There's
yards.
still a
7.
talent deficiency.
But that's where I'm upset with not seeing Henderson more. Is I pulled up what he
you're
had.
right about
5 rushes for 27 yards, 6 catches for 24 yards, 6 targets. How is that dude not on the field more? We're playing Gibson just as
It's
much.
not terrible, but they should be getting him more touches. I agree with you.
Yeah.
And he looks different when he's on the field.
Yes.
He does.
And our offense.
He took a hit yesterday. I was like, dude, please don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
He's running so upright. But they're young at key positions. They didn't. Yeah, I think the narrative would be very different. And you can tell me if this is true or not. I mean, you've watched a lot of games over the years. Like, the narrative is different when you win, right?
Oh, yeah.
If they win that game, Drake, not people are like Drake May staying.
Oh, I'm hyped.
Drake May had just to do better in these areas. Like, sure, it wasn't his best game, but we won. And I think if Christian Gonzalez is in that game, they probably win that game.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that's a lot to say, and I mean no disrespect to the Raiders. None of that. The defense played pretty well overall, and then the corner, there wasn't Carlton Davis, made just a bad decision. Made a bad decision and a bad play at a point in that game.
Yeah.
And it really wasn't a mistaker in it.
Yeah.
Also, the first drive, Christian Gonzalez scored on so easy right away.
Right.
So I'm not. I really thought the Patriots were going to win that game.
Yeah.
I got the Patriots winning, beating the Dolphins. I know that
I did too.
that's a game. Really, they're going to be like I know Miami's problem.
This is a completely different
I know
franchise.
Miami's going to work back. They're still super talented, man. That Miami team They can beat a lot of teams.
And I think that defense is so goddamn awful that you're not gonna.
Their rebuilt offensive line, like there's a lot of things there.
You went from a Vegas. I feel like a Vegas pass rush that's light years better than a Dolphins pass rush.
Yeah, Chop Robinson's a young guy for Miami who's pretty good, but not. I mean, we're talking apples and oranges. So you're right. I do think you're right. I like them to win next week. If they don't win and plays like that again, I'm going to start getting more and more concerned. They need more talent. Like Seth Diggs is great.
For sure. He's 31.
He's 31 coming off an ACL. I don't know. They need more.
I have a diva too.
He's always some great receivers are. I'll take.
Yeah, but I like in his prime he was good, but he was not Hall of Fame good. Randy Moss is allowed to be a diva because he's a top 10 receiver.
I would like to look up Steph Diggs' numbers and be like, he was at one point on a Hall of Fame trajectory. I don't think he's that. You can say that anymore.
Yeah.
I
think if he's in Buffalo, he probably could have
put some monster numbers, and in Minnesota too. Like I mean, that was when he got traded from Minnesota.
Dog.
How was like they're really gonna let that guy go? I mean,
their franchise wide receiver.
But Minnesota knew that he's a head case.
Was that the playoff or in to get into the playoffs? It was the playoffs.
That was a playoff.
In case Keenan turned down the right sideline, he caught it. Oh man,
so nasty. Throws the helmet.
There's there's plenty of Boston moments to think about, but every once in a while you think about a moment and another fan base had. That would have been a great one.
I feel like that
would have been a great one in building.
I forget who. I can't even remember. It was a take that someone had about Jason Tatum, where like when you think of stars and the
how the hell how
I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back. But they talked about like stars, and with certain stars, like the numbers are great, but especially when you're trying to figure out like Hall of Fame or certain accolades, it's like what memories do you have of them? Like right as you think of them, like what are some like game-changing things that they've done? And I think that for Diggs, where like if you were at the end of his career to think of like Hall of Fame, should he be in the Hall of Fame? I think you break that down where it's like, what are these crazy moments that he had through his career? That's probably the only one, but I do think that's interesting. I think of each player, and I'm like, what's like DeAndre Hopkins? I saw him score, and I was happy for him. Him, for example, is like that catch that he had in Arizona. Like, there's a lot of like these players where I try to think of that way.
This is the thing that I think maybe to clarify your point, if I'm wrong. He's not built like a Randy Moss. He's not built like a Calvin Johnson. He's not built like a D-Hop, Devontae Adams. He's a smaller guy. Not small, but a smaller guy. I would always prefer, like even Pittman in with the Colts, like that bigger body receiver. I think those guys are. I always favor that because I just think they can make more plays.
It's funny you say that because I immediately think of Marvin Harrison, slight guy, awesome.
Yeah,
Reggie Miller or Reggie Lewis, not Reggie Wayne.
Yeah, Reggie Wayne.
Reggie Miller,
right?
I got you on basketball.
The Colts starts.
I mean, the Rams wide receivers that were really good. Those guys were. Torrey Holt.
Yeah.
Isaac Bruce.
Yep.
Really good. Small. There's a lot of really good smaller receivers. But think about.
I think it's hard to find a bigger
one. The best smaller receiver that you can. We'll go Marvin Harrison just for that slighter frame. Are you taking Marvin Harrison or Randy Moss? Like, are you taking Marvin Harrison or Calvin Johnson? Like, I want Marvin Harrison. Don't get me wrong, man.
What about like Antonio Brown?
Where's Antonio Brown? Maybe another great example. I still want the bigger, taller, body control guy who I think can go up and make that play no matter what.
That's right.
Whereas Marvin Harrison and Antonio Brown, we're talking Jerry Rice, you want to throw in there too, obviously, like elite separators.
Jerry Rice was a smaller receiver.
He's not a big, like
the gray area.
I would say that Jerry Rice is talking about 6'2", 200 pounds. He's not small. Not small.
Really?
I'm talking, you can look it up. Maybe a little bit taller. But I'm not talking about I'm talking about
Calvin. Everyone's taller than me.
Randy Moss, like Marvin Harrison's body type now. He's not the same kind of player yet. Those kind of guys. Those are the. When I think of the greats, I'm always going to think those are the elite guys. And no offense to Jerry Rice, but like, would you rather Jerry Rice or Randy Moss? Randy Moss.
6'1", 200.
Yeah. So he's good size. That's good size. He's not small.
No, I know.
I kept saying
I thought that he was a bigger guy.
Yeah.
I thought Jerry Rice my whole entire life was like 6'5", 6'6". Like, I thought he was a bigger dude. I mean, everybody's tall to me. So
I think he's one of the smartest football players ever lived.
Jerry Rice?
Yeah, just smarter than everyone else. Just knows.
So does that like
maybe not even smart, just like born with a rare instinct for his sport.
Does that like bring down like how good the quarterbacks that he played with were?
No.
Because of how good and smart he was? No.
There's a lot of.
Because what was it, Montana, and then who was before that?
It
He
was
played with?
Montana and then Steve Young.
So and then it was a flip.
Yeah, so
Oh,
Montana and Steve Young, and then he played with the Raiders against Rich Gannon, who was
He had an MVP season.
he did. Yes. But the thing about him is that I think there's a lot of quarterbacks who wouldn't have read and seen things the way that he did and delivered the ball on time. He needed someone to be. He needed a dance partner. Like you can't have bad quarterbacks be that good, man.
Okay.
So I mean, you don't have to now. You don't have to have Josh Allen to be Jerry Rice,
Right.
but you do have to have guys that are going to get the ball out, be accurate and on time, and understand what he's going to be, and like let him do his thing. So yeah, Joe Montana's sick quarterback, unbelievable.
That's what I figured that would be your answer, but I just wanted to say
I mean, we're talking about all timers in the game.
not better than Daniel Jones.
Remind you, not Daniel Jones.
Yeah, exactly. Not even close.
I'm not sure Daniel Jones ever. I'm not sure that Joe Montana ever ran for 2 touchdowns. By the way, I got to get back. I forgot. I know I'm not supposed to bounce around because it ruins your social media. That effort that are stopping running the end zone. Jonathan Taylor.
No, for real.
I need Jonathan Taylor to have a good fantasy season. I took Drake May in the 3rd round, basically. I don't know what was the 5th round, whatever it was.
Trade him to me.
Who? Drake May?
Yeah.
That's what I'll do. That'll
Yeah.
blow up.
We'll get a trade going.
I need him to score a touchdown. I saw the Daniel Jones 2 touchdowns. I was like, well, this better not be a theme. This better not be a trend.
You should just pick up Daniel Jones, and then you got a little 1-2 punch. You stack them, and then it's kind of like a little Josh Allen. You got like you got a goodwill version of Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, or Josh Allen and James Cook.
You still think Daniel Jones a goodwill? I think
Yeah,
one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
my bad, my fault. He's hot right now.
I mean, 22 for 29, 272 yards.
He had a sick throw. I think it was a Pittman, I think, on the edge.
Yeah.
Or a Pierce or whatever. That was a nice throw.
Yeah, Pierce had a nice one down the sideline too.
Yeah.
A couple good catches. 80 had good catches.
Could someone, one of us, please, and it's not going to be.
Should we stop the NFL season right now? And just so that we get to these undefeated with the Colts?
Well, let's be honest. If you took out the Bills Ravens game, Daniel Jones is the MVP in the clubhouse right now, right?
Yes.
100%.
Without question.
I don't think there was a better quarterback performance.
No, definitely not.
I'm not even messing with you guys.
I would rather not.
Really, Aaron Rodgers 4 touchdowns.
Yeah,
No, I didn't. Screw that game. Screw that game.
Hold on, now we're getting around. I just want to finish the Daniel Jones.
God damn it.
Now, all right, fine. You did it. You got Aaron Rodgers.
He's thinking of him in tight pants.
He's back. A-Rod's back, baby.
Against the Jets, dude.
I
I think that's the only
I
team
almost called that, by the way. I almost said my thing almost came true. I said the Jets last week.
You did.
And everyone you're like, so inconsistent, Matt. And I was like, I think they might actually.
Two things can be true at the same time. Don't play that game with me.
Well,
Don't act like because you were almost right that it makes it okay if you win against everything you stand for.
Irrelevant.
Not true.
Inconsequential.
I mean, that's like me going home, emptying our bank account, going and putting it on black and roulette, and Irish being like, you never do that. Yeah, but I had a good feeling. And guess what?
Hey,
I was 50.
I was close.
Yeah,
I almost won it. I almost, like, think about it. What if I had won?
I was a 60-yard Boswell kick
at least I had
from
a
being
feeling.
right.
Oh, God. Aaron Rodgers is back. That's the thing. That's the thing.
Yeah, he's not. He got destroyed in that game. Did you see some of the hits that he took? I was like, he cannot last. Because that was the game that was on at the bar at the airport. I was so mad. I was like, you're making me watch Jets Steelers right now.
At least it was high scoring.
Yeah, that's true. And it was a good game.
I just watched it on Red Zone.
That's going to be
But my only thing is, like, they kind of got into it on the McAfee show with Shefty. And they were talking about how this is like a new Steelers team. And the way that they were talking about it kind of brought the question to me where, like, is the Steelers defense actually that good? They were like, is Jalen Ramsey back? I was like, I don't know. You just said a Justin Fields-led New York Jets with a defensive-minded head coach put 32 on your head? Like, you were 30 on your head?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
he's always hurt, man. Give me those three, and you've got a pretty good stuff.
but Justin Fields did that too.
I know.
And he threw the ball.
I know. I would love to go back. And
Maybe the secondary.
What happened there? Maybe that's the deal. I don't know. You're right. You're right. They put up a lot of points.
Or those two quarterbacks end up being garbage for the rest of the year, and it was just because Fields wanted to beat the Steelers because they didn't let him start over Russ, and then Rodgers is still pissed at the Jets for that not working out, and so that is going to be the only game all year that those two play well because they were pissed at both franchises.
All right, I want to get back into the Russ stuff later on, really quickly. Let's go negative town for 1 second here. Not a great start to the NFL season. When a guy that I think is talented enough to be one of the faces of the league in terms of a defensive player,
Dak spit first.
you still see
He
me, by the
did.
way? That was my thing.
No, I can still hear
Yeah,
you.
I can't.
All good. All good.
Yeah, hold on. Stop it. Don't go trolling me. And I don't know what you guys got into.
I'm gonna move you back a little. Look at that. Look at that face.
Yeah.
Cutie patootie.
All right.
Oh God.
Anyways, Dak did spit in his direction. I think Dak was egging him on. I don't think Dak spit on him. And then he walked out the spit right. I mean, like, dude, even if he did get it, even if Dak gets away with it, you gotta know better. Like, you could say whatever you want about Dak, and I'm not here to defend Dak.
I loved it.
I don't care. Yeah, I mean, if you're a Dallas fan, you love it. And then he goes up and spits on him. He's out of the game. Gone. See you later. First, like before there's even a defensive snap. And this is a guy. Like, Chris Collinsworth said it, and I don't agree with everything that guy says either. But this is Jalen. Dan Carter is someone you have to game plan for. You have to figure out how you're going to double him every snap, or he will ruin your night.
Dude, he's a terrifying human being. And Dak stared him down, spit, and looked up and fully grinned at him. It was like, what's up? What are you going to do about it? Like, that to me, I mean, he was behind his giant offensive line when he did it. I don't think he spit on him, but he is 100% egging him on, though. There's no way in hell he's not egging. He, like, looks at him like, yo, what are you going to do? And so I loved that, though.
No question.
I honestly felt like I knew it.
Rookie guard.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they might have even played against each other. I don't know. Alabama.
They had to have.
Well, no. Booker was there. I think Booker came out as I don't know. He might have come out as junior. Carter come out as junior. They might have missed each other. Booker's a dude. He's a monster.
Yeah, it's a big fella.
But he was trying to talk to Booker, and Dak wasn't having it. It was like, hey, man, like, leave my room alone or whatever. So whatever. I
love it.
That part of it I love. I get it. That's game.
Yeah.
And you can do whatever he spit on me. As well, dude, you got caught. You got to tell you. That's like
One universal truth in hockey: the ref may not catch the first one, but they always catch the retaliation.
I think
you said that a lot during the Stanley Cup. I felt like we've said that a lot on this pod, mainly you, where it's like the second man is gonna get
You're
caught.
gonna get caught.
when Matt's playing for the Pigeons, he always spits first.
He spits first.
The moral value. Matt is
Be the first guy.
strike first.
We're not joking. We went to a game and he was hitting everybody.
This poor 45-year-old dude, my age, our age, comes down sitting on the board, and Matt just squares up on him.
I had the puck. How can I get a penalty if I had the puck?
Got the reverse hit on the shell. Is it? I do it. Everyone I go to.
Oh, I guess. Do you hold down X? You only press it. I learned that recently.
We're not doing it. So he gets kicked out of the game.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's a guy you want to see play. That's must-see TV, that guy.
Mhm.
And it just stinks that, like, that's how they kick it off. It ended up being a really good game. Eagles won 24-20. I really believe game Dallas fans. I don't think the Dallas fans win.
Oh, yeah.
But they were in it because they could run the ball a little bit.
They would have won it if Steedy caught the ball.
Yeah, some of the boys. The internet is up. I see pictures of, like, CD with no hands, like they just popped out his hand. It gets so bad. So there was that, and then we had this unbelievable. And that was a great game. Philadelphia, Dallas, close game, great game. Last time we had an unbelievable, awesome the Ravens and the Bills.
Yeah.
And some idiot, by the way, I was saying that Those Mafia needs bad PR. They've had enough of good.
Yep.
They're not all that good. I want
Yeah,
Some of it
the
to Mark Hamill.
dildo throwing is a real bonus for them.
I want a.
Yeah, no, it really was. It really was.
Well, WNBA will let them do that. Somehow everyone knows they're throwing dildos. So some idiot fan has to. I wouldn't even say hit, but makes contact with D-Hop's helmet after D-Hop makes an unbelievable catch. And then oh my god,
Yeah, that was sick.
I love D-Hop.
Me too.
His stories, his family stories, are amazing. But anyways, it's an unbelievable catch. He goes into the crowd. He's fired up. Fan makes contact. Lamar Jackson. I hadn't seen it really until today.
Awesome.
He really. I mean, that's huge tape for offensive line.
Right in the chest.
Right in the chest. Extended, violent punch. Like he stood that dude up.
Let's take me.
I think got out of there. I don't. It'd be interesting to see what the league does. I really hope Lamar doesn't get anything for it because I don't think he should. I do think
Did the fan get banned? I forget.
all included, not just Buffalo, everywhere. He done.
How do they uphold that? They have like facial recognition, and then like the NFL police show, hey, you're not allowed in the door.
Hey, you're that guy that rubbed D-Hop helmet.
That's a great question.
I think I'm sure he can't.
No, I know. He did.
But if he like changes his name, he could still go buy a ticket.
I know. I get it. I don't know how they do it.
John Doe.
It could be anything. Do you want to name a club? John Doe.
Tyler Doe.
It could be Merlin. He could do Merlin.
Yeah.
People not
McLovin.
Sizzle.
You're Merlin McLovin.
Duke Remington. I looked that up on Google. There's no Duke Remington out there. I'm not banned in many stadiums. Not yet.
Okay, can we talk about instead of talking about how this guy's going to get around it? And again, Matt, I think I know what you're doing. You're just firing him off. Anyways, we know the fan. You gotta go. I don't think from life, by the way. What's this like? If you can punch anyone, like the life thing, calm down. But whatever, you got to be punished harshly. And if I cannot be more clear about this, fans have no business making contact with players in any situation. I mean, if a player falls to an NBA, you help them up. All that's fine. You are making unwanted, contact with the player. Go. You're gone. Like whether 2 years, 3 years, depending on how bad it is, the life thing's a little hard for guys who jump into the game. Anyways, I have no tolerance for it. I'm not saying that. I do think players need to be reminded that fans are human beings too, and you don't need to get that close and fire them up and go into a situation that, we've done this thing where fans and players do a lot of trash talking, and I don't get it. I'm like over it. I don't get it. I don't think the fans should be doing it, and I understand players win games and they can only take so much, and in this world, of social media, they're getting it all week. I get all that. I don't know what the answer is. But going after the guy who shrunk the game and scoring a touchdown and celebrating in his face, he's in the end. And no one sound like old, righteous dude. And again, how about you go back to celebrating your teammates? Like, how about you go back to your sideline and give talking to your teammates and do it that way? And I know that's cheesy. I get it, but it's better than being fake because who knows? How bad it. Even we saw the Palace. We know that. Things can get bad very quick.
Terry O'Reilly going into the crowd in MSG.
Yeah, that was good. Goddamn. Everything we got that. That's right. A hypocrite. Anyways.
Happy Gilmore taking off his skate trying to stab somebody.
Oh my God.
That's also great.
Not a real thing.
What are you talking about?
It's not a real thing. Okay.
What are you talking about?
I don't know what's happening. I might.
No, but I agree with you. I'll bring it right back. We're at 45.
Okay, good.
But no, I agree with you. I think it's tough where the D-Hop scores that touchdown. I'm sure that guy probably isn't even looking at D-Hop as, oh, he's a Raven. He's like, I'm a D-Hop fan. You've played at 40 different teams. Because that's how it is for me. I see D-Hop score. I'm like, I'm happy for D-Hop. That guy's probably thinking the same exact way. Probably meant no harm in that.
Yeah, did he seem malicious?
No,
it's just like, yeah, there's a guy there. I'm going to tap him on the head.
Right, exactly. Like it seemed like he was excited for D-Hop, and it wasn't like, get out of my face sort of situation where they were beefing. Like he seemed happy, but like that's where I think where you're kind of getting to, where it's like you're around a bunch of drunk fans, like just don't egg them on.
Yeah.
And that's exactly
not
what
just
they
any
did.
fans, Bills fans who are notorious for being Bills fans.
I actually think Bills fans are pretty happy.
Agreed, but they're crazy. Is my
They
point.
are
Yes,
crazy.
and they're hammered.
They are great.
Like, there's nothing else to do up there but get
I
drunk.
like that.
Right. I like their fan base
There's a
too.
lot of fan bases in Illinois. I mean, Philly's fan base sucks.
I don't even like
some of
batteries.
No, I think our fan base can suck. But
You don't
I'm
like
not-
stealing baseballs from dads and their kids?
That was crazy. Screw that woman.
Oh my god!
I wish I could see her
It
Facebook
was
feed.
amazing how political that got right away.
It was
Like, I'm
fantastic.
on X, and every meeting someone was like, "This is what happens with the liberals." And I was like, "Oh my god!" Did we have a voting record? Like,
Didn't we lose?
right away? Right away.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
Because I don't know. It was a working. I have no idea. It was amazing to see that they went right to that. But anyways, crazy that one.
To get back to this, like jumping in the crowd, I don't remember who or what, but somebody jumped into the opposing crowd and somebody dumped a full beer on.
I
What
remember
do you expect to
I
happen?
think it might have been Sauce Gardner when he did the Lambo leap. I think it
Yes,
was.
I think that's right.
it was Sauce Gardner, and then Sauce Gardner also put the cheese head on his head.
Yeah.
So like, but that's where I think you're almost right. Where it's like we're in a digital age with social media, and these players are constant in the media from the top of the roster all the way to the bottom, where there's no like line between players and fans, and I think both sides feel that way. Where like fans think they can do whatever the hell they want, say whatever the hell they want. We saw it in basketball at times where it was like IT, and IT went into his own stands to talk to a Celtics fan, being like telling him not to say certain things. Like we saw with Marcus Smart in college. So like I think fans just need to chill. Like they're doing way too much in their part of the game, and it's like making these players we end up in bad
Are you
situations.
saying the internet makes people feel self-important?
No.
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 I do have 1,000 followers.
Yes.
Do you think if Lamar Jackson doesn't push the guy, that there's any kind of a suspension or do you think they give a lifelong ban to him?
No.
Yeah, me either.
I feel like
I hope
from
nothing
that-
happens to Lamar.
I think if that was the Colts game, I don't think anything would happen.
Well,
I think it was just Lamar.
I felt that because he reached up and he tapped D-Hop. This is what I remember seeing. And then he did it to Lamar. But when he did it to Lamar, he almost missed and went into his face mask. So it felt like it felt more. I think from Lamar's point of view, it looked like a guy was trying to gouge his eye out, and I would get ballistic too.
Right.
So, but I don't think it was a malicious thing. So I think they were both wrong. Like you said, don't put yourself in that situation.
Right. Don't put yourself in that
It needs to
situation.
be a line.
It is. This. We could do a whole part of this. It'll be interesting, especially in the offseason. We should think about doing this. But it is interesting to see how these players handle all the social media. I mean, Travis Kelce's a player running for like one of the best podcasts out there, and it's amazing.
Because of Jason.
But you are both. They're both amazing. I mean, Jason.
I'll give Travis some flowers when he retires.
Have you seen the I don't know.
I'm getting you off track.
But Jason did a podcast with his wife recently, who has her own podcast. But
That's
I don't know if
great.
it was hers or his. But they talked to one of their first dates, and Jason went skating, and Jason went over to tie his skate and his red one. And like early days, and just looked up and go, whoops. And she was crying. Because she thinks farts are me, but at the same time, like, what are you doing? Like, just like no other contact. Like, whoops. Anyways, it's pretty good. Anyways, they have this great pod. But you are exposing yourself.
Yes.
You are putting yourself out there more. And there's money. And I listen, are you making this much money? Are you making that much money? No one said
No, it's your right to make as much money as you want.
100% true that. No one says to the owners, you know, like Chris says, I guess the owners are making too much money or whatever. But I think it's really interesting that the players take so much heat, more heat than like sponsors, the league, owners. And they do get some heat, I get that, but not as much as the players. It always comes back to the players like too much money. And that's just BS. So it is interesting how they handle all this stuff. How do you get all that exposure? And I do think there's a genuine like desire to connect with fans for some of these guys, and in a good, healthy way. Like I think that's good. So it is interesting to see how guys handle that. And there's other guys who I think are amazing. and you can say what you want. Kevin Durant on Twitter is like the best thing that's ever happened.
100%. And Jeff Teague.
Did you see his come back and hit weird?
No.
Oh,
my God! I'm not doing like that. He's like 35 and he's like 4 burners. They're like, yeah, you're 44 and you have child support. I was like, oh my God, dude. Oh my God. Talking about like
first round knockout.
I was like, wow, right at the gate. But you like, like everyone will be like, oh, Katie doesn't need to get so bent down the street. Yeah, like, you don't, like, Katie's so goddamn good. Like, yeah, and doesn't just, like, all these fans just want to take their shots, man. It's sad. Like,
Wait, it's almost like there are trolls on the internet.
Yeah, it's great. Remember, there was a movie waiting for, I don't know if you know this movie, there was a movie waiting for Twitter, Instagram, all these like, ways to connect with fans, really come up, all the social media stuff with fans with Robert De Niro. Do you remember this movie? It was about a fan who lost his man and got bullied with a computer. I don't remember who was there.
Is it kind of like Celtics Pride, that movie?
Well, Celtics was a comedy.
This isn't a comedy? The fan isn't?
No,
it's like, okay, never mind. Never mind.
Celtics Pride is a comedy, something about abducting a player.
Yeah, they abducted him. Oh, I'm not sure. I haven't fully seen that movie.
Where's Joel when we need him?
I just knew that it was a movie.
We need Joel.
Yes.
All right. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about other than
I have the games lined up for next week.
Oh yeah, we do want to talk about that.
You can skim through.
Yeah, stop.
Did AJ Brown get ejected last week?
You would have thought he would have. I think he was just reading on the sideline. But do we want to skim through them?
Yeah, let's go. Let's skim.
All right. Washington and Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Jacksonville at
Cincy.
Nice. That's what I said. I did Green Bay. I did Cincy.
Okay.
New York Football Giants at Dallas. I had Dallas.
I'm going to take Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas.
I do think that Washington Green Bay game, that's going to be a fun one to watch.
It's going to be a great game. It's a Thursday night game. Yeah. Chicago at Detroit. I took Detroit.
Chicago.
I think I might end up being on your side of things after I see it.
Yeah, we haven't seen him.
We haven't seen him just yet.
Monday night, so everyone knows it'll come up tomorrow. So we have to have perspective on that. Okay.
Say the date. No, I'm just kidding. LA Rams at Tennessee.
Rams.
Nice. Are you sure? Cam Ward.
I don't know. They're going to change their name to John Doe.
They could. You never know. Commanders got their names changed. New England.
They're now.
We're now. New England at Miami. I said New England. Steve, you said New England. Matt,
I'm going to say Miami because New England plays well in the Miami.
Totally get it. San Fran and
San Fran playing?
San Fran.
I don't know.
You know what the worst part of that? That New Orleans is so bad that they're going to be like, oh, let's just rest Kittle for a week. They probably, yeah.
They're playing for.
They don't have a choice.
They're going good legs. Damn it.
Buffalo.
New York.
Buffalo.
Good dog.
Seattle at Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm overthinking that one.
Cleveland at Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Oh my God, that's such a trap game. They're
They
coming
know
off that. They're coming off this huge game. I got Baltimore because I think Baltimore fans are probably pretty excited about last night. And I get it. That was a tough game to lose. Those are the two teams today. Those are.
That game is huge because that's home field advantage.
We'll see, but it could be. You're right. It potentially could be.
And MVP voted.
We've always seen teams get hurt and they lose 2 games you didn't expect them to lose. But yeah, potentially.
Yeah. Denver and Indy.
Yeah, that's what you're saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Denver and Indy. Yeah. Indy by 100.
Denver.
You going Indy? Are you actually?
I'm going Indy.
I'm going Denver.
I'm also going Denver. I think Bo Nix bounce back, even though I hate him. Carolina at Arizona.
You are.
I'm not even going to let you attack that. Carolina at Arizona.
Arizona.
Bigger question: Marvin Harris will have 200 yards and 3 touchdowns.
He almost did.
He was just 198 yards short
and a couple touchdowns. Oh, you said Arizona?
I said Arizona.
What do you got?
Who's Arizona home?
Carolina at Arizona. Cool. Philly at Kansas City. I got Philly.
Philly, Kansas City this weekend?
Yeah, and
Is
I
that the
believe
Sunday night
that would
game?
be the Sunday night game.
Because there's 2
no.
Monday nights.
There's 2 Monday nights, but there's one more game. It looks like the Sunday night might be Atlanta at Minnesota,
Oh,
which is like
that. We
what are we
already the
doing?
Wait, Kansas City, Philly, though.
Philly at Kansas City.
Philly at Kansas City. I will double check if that is
Who are you
the.
taking?
So you have
I'm
that.
doing Philly because Kansas City doesn't have anybody to throw the ball to.
It's also a 4:25 game. It's not like it's a prime time game. It's probably the game of the week, but
That puts me out.
of course it will.
But Jalen Carter's going to be playing because he's not going to be spitting.
Oh, Philly.
He might spit. Who knows?
But 0-2? You think the Chiefs are going to start
But
winning?
the Chiefs don't have Xavier Worthy.
I hear
But Pacheco didn't look that good.
on paper, all
say
of
his
the
name.
news, and then you go Pat Mahomes 0-2.
Mm-hmm.
I guess so. I
They didn't really score very well. They just lost to Herbert and the Chargers. And Mahomes didn't look bad either. It wasn't like that. You watch that offense, like, yikes. Like, they actually got beat.
I don't know how you will take Philly, but they're that stands
Matt, you said
low.
I did say Philly.
Low.
Atlanta at Minnesota that Sunday night is going to be absolute garbage. I got Minnesota.
I got Atlanta.
I'll go Atlanta because I don't know what Minnesota looks like with JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, we didn't play. We're the part of tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's Monday night.
It's Monday night.
It's tomorrow, Tuesday.
Tomorrow's
Oh, okay.
Not this week. I thought it was Wednesday tomorrow. I thought they flipped
tomorrow's
on
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah, they swapped them.
It's the solstice. It's the something solstice.
The time change?
No, shut up.
What time zone are we in? Tampa Bay. That's the first Monday night game.
Tampa Bay.
Which one thing I was going to
Megan,
say, he does. He looks like a dog. And I
Oh,
love Ohio State. But my one thing with Houston, like I feel so bad for Stroud, man. He had such a good rookie year, and then I just watched week 1 him get murdered every single goddamn play. I'm like, poor guy, man. It's brutal.
They didn't like the guys in the offensive line, so they changed everyone. I was like, well, that's just you take it on paper again. It's great.
Right. Brutal. Last game, week 2, you have the Chargers at Raiders. The 10 p.m. Monday night.
Chargers.
That is a game I will not watch.
Same. I will be asleep. I will be asleep. I'm getting very old.
Sure.
Dude, I fell asleep last night. Before they made when Derrick Henry scored and ran through the whole entire Buffalo defense,
Which
I was
time?
like, game over.
Dude,
I think that's the last time. When there's like 11 minutes left or something. You had what?
You probably listened to my tweet, did you?
No.
Derrick Henry run like he wants to be grown-ups 3. No, how do you guys not know this reference? That's why I didn't land.
No, I don't know.
This summer,
That's why.
this summer, Dan Patrick had Derrick Henry on the show, and Derrick Henry said, "Yeah, love Sandler was always one big movie." And so Sandler sent him a message that said, "Hey, if you rush for 2,000 yards this year, I'll put you in one of my movies and move up there."
No way.
So my tweet was, Derrick Henry run like being grown-ups 3.
All right, so what we're
That's a
gonna
great tweet.
No, that's a great tweet. Why can't I talk?
That's a tweet.
But what I'm gonna do is we're gonna start tracking that now. You said 2,000 yards.
Yeah.
We're gonna start tracking it
Yes,
as a
let's
pod
go.
now.
And while we're doing that, let's start figuring out, because grown-ups would be fine. Let's figure out what the best vehicle for a Derrick Henry and Sandler movie would be. Would it be a football movie? Would it be to have another Happy Gilmore? Or
The longest
yes.
yard too.
would the young hit? Even longer.
I like that. So let's
The
go.
wedding singer, like there's
The
gotta be
Hungry
somebody.
Or
Somebody be Halloween.
or we can get Derrick Henry as the lead. Like, let's figure out what the best vehicle for a Sandler Derrick Henry combination.
What is Derrick Henry?
Doesn't
Like, I
even
don't
be
know.
sports, by the way. We don't. Let's not list it. Let's not pigeonhole Derrick Henry. There's a lot of things that man can do.
What's that? I don't think I've ever heard him talk. So I don't know if he's like a funny guy or like gregarious or.
There's no. I've never really. I don't know.
Well, I think yeah, but I've never heard of an interview from
So
him.
start these research.
I know.
Trying to figure something out.
Watch the first place is he did an interview with Bustin' the Boys, and I know that was like a pretty good pod to listen to. So that's where we can.
This interview with Patrick was pretty good. I mean, he's
Okay.
not.
I'll have to watch
He doesn't
that.
walk in and be like, "Oh God, this guy's gonna be here for an hour." What are we doing?
Oh,
I
I have a stat that I'm gonna steal from Barstool. You guys ready for it on Derrick Henry?
Yeah. Oh, this is insane.
He's been in the league for 9 years, and he has never beaten his rushing yards record from high school.
He still hasn't rushed for. He's been in the league, NFL for 9 years. He rushed for more yards. By the way, he has a rushing title. I mean, this guy's put up numbers in the league. He has a rushing.
Adam texted me.
He ran for 2,000 yards.
Yeah, I think so, right?
Yes, he ran for 2,000 yards.
And the stat is he rushed for more yards in high school or 4 seasons in high school than he has in his entire NFL career.
So here's the crazy stat. Derrick Henry in high school, 12,124 career yards, 153 touchdowns. That is 4 years. People didn't know 4 years in high school.
3,000 yards.
Hold on. His senior year, he had 4,261 yards and 55 touchdowns, including a 510-yard rushing game. That is so insane, dude.
You know these athletic trainers?
What state did you go to high school in?
Alabama, right? I think he was.
I think he was an Alabama guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he went to Alabama. I think he played high school in Alabama. You know that every athletic trainer in that state would be like, "Oh, it's Derrick Henry week," because I mean, I would not be ashamed to say that. I have not done this. I probably would.
No, he's from Florida. Yulee High School in Yulee, Florida.
Oh, okay. Kids would walk into that trainer room like, I like. Kids would probably be like slamming their hands and drawers.
That is terrifying.
Do you know how many kids get injured that week? Like, oh, kid go from the oh, yeah, you get the flu. Yeah, hernia.
Straight to him.
You're probably seeing him when he's a freshman. You're like, wow, they got a really big linebacker. And then you're like, wait, they keep handing the ball to this guy.
Is he a left tackle or 22? What is that?
Is there a quarterback too? What is going on?
Dude, and he's fast.
Shout out Derrick Henry. He's my favorite running back of all time.
Of all time,
he's just a freak of nature. That's why I think I like him so much. And I almost feel like he could be a diva and be extremely cocky, but he's not. He's just Derrick Henry, and that's it.
He's great.
So, big fan of his.
He's great. There's a lot of good
big fan of my game.
Problem. There's as a kid, you always call him running backs for a kid.
Oh yeah.
So
Edgerrin James. I never saw that guy coming.
Dude, Edgerrin James.
Never saw that guy coming.
Marshall Fall, so good. Like there's guys. LT.
LaDainian Tomlinson. Oh my God, fantasy king.
Yeah,
fantasy.
And there's always the cultures too. Like I would say, Maurice Jones wasn't in the same category as this.
Let's Pocket Hercules.
Oh my God, you know,
he destroyed the Colts every time he played them.
I know Maurice Jones Drew is. Is that his nickname?
He had like a 250-yard, 4 touchdown day against the Colts, like while they're trying to get to the playoffs.
Jesus,
unbelievable. Probably not on that same level, but like an elite running back.
Yeah.
My favorite running back is Danny Woodhead.
Oh my God.
I started itching. I'm already itching. All right, we done. Anyway,